Hi, I'm Vicki Johnson. I'm the lead of the Society of Women Engineers Late Career and Retiree Affinity Group. We are celebrating the month of March, which is Women's History Month. We're also celebrating March 1st, which is Refired Not Retired Day. Many of us are retired. Retirement is a quest for new things to do, things to explore, ways to reinvent energy. We are refired. Others of our members are still working, and it's really important while you're working to do a good job at work, take good care of your family, and also find new things to do and ways to be re-engaged. Those members are also refired. We'd like to share our stories with you in the next few minutes, so stay tuned. We've already met. I'm Vicki Johnson, and I'm here at the Ben Avery Clay Target Center outside Phoenix, Arizona. I retired a year and a half ago, and one of my fears was that I would just go home and read books and sit in the house and not get out and about. So 3 weeks after I retired, I bought the Queen Bee. It's a 40-foot Newmar Mountain Air recreational vehicle. Had to teach myself to drive her, and there are a lot of systems that need a lot of attention at times. So I have been learning how to be a good RVer. Fortunately, I have a brother-in-law who helps. That really got me refired. The other thing, I had played at shooting skeet for several years, but only really practiced and shot when I was in Arizona visiting or in Baton Rouge. I've had the opportunity now to be at Clay Target Centers, camped or nearby, and all kinds of time during the day to go out and practice. So I'm on the cusp of getting better. I hope that that's going to happen here in the near future. I am really enjoying being refired, not retired.
Hello, this is Charlotte Wagner. I'm pleased to share my story today along with the members of the Late Career and Retiree Affinity Group. We are celebrating March as Women's History Month and March 1st as Refired and Not Retired. For those of us late career and retirees, we're not just going to sit around and read books, as Vicki said in her video, but we have quite a lot of things that we'd like to do. For me, I am still working. I'm very happy in my current career as a branch general manager, and am filling my time with things that I enjoy doing that I can carry into retirement. For me, one of the things that I enjoy doing is mentoring and career coaching for both fellow colleagues, people I used to work with, within SWE, within work. So I'm very happy to have refired the SWE Employee Resource Network within my current company, and I enjoy doing my volunteer work at SWE. And then I also talk to all kinds of people that I used to work with, offering career advice. So I'm very excited. I'm one of the co-founders of the Late Career Retiree Affinity Group originally, and now the Business and Interest Affinity Group lead. Really enjoy this network of women who share their stories in both late career and retirement. So please enjoy hearing our stories, and we hope that you join us or join an affinity group of your choice.
Hi, I'm Jan Williams. I've been involved in late career and retiree affinity group for about a year and a half now or more. And I have been highly engaged in helping get better LCR offerings and our conferences. So I wanted to share my refired, not retired story with you. You heard Vicki Johnson, our leader, talk about how it can begin before you retire, and that's the way it was for me in swimming. I've been a swimmer nearly all my life. I learned when I was 5, and I was on swim teams, though I wasn't very fast. And I pursued swimming on and off all my adult life as a means of staying fit, primarily. My swimming odyssey began in 2017 while visiting relatives in San Diego. I've always loved La Jolla, and I decided that I wanted to swim the 1 mile distance from La Jolla Cove to La Jolla Shores. My great nephew, Eric, a real surfer boy, accompanied me across, as well as my husband in a kayak, just to make sure I didn't have a heart attack or get bit by a shark. And it was a success. I was not really in good shape for it, pretty tired, but it worked. Soon after I posted that accomplishment on Facebook, I got a call from Carrie Greenfelder, and she wanted to know, did I want to swim the 1.2 mile leg as part of an Ironman 70.3 triathlon team in Austin the day after We 17? And I thought, well, if I can swim a mile, I guess I can swim 1.2 miles. So I said yes, and I started doing a little training. And it was a great debut for Team TYAAH. That would be 2 youths and a hag. Obviously, I'm the hag. Our team was so enthused, we immediately signed up for our next race in September 2018. I didn't realize that this swim was notoriously difficult. In fact, one of the most difficult ones on the Ironman circuit. And if it hadn't been for my swim buddy, Paul, who's a nationally ranked triathlete, by the way, I never would have made it. He taught me how to dive under that very large surf that you see in front of you in this picture. And still, finishing was really tough. And I found out later I swam it with a concussion, having slipped on a rock a couple days before and hit my noggin. But anyway, I made it. The next race was a much more sedate swim in a lake in St. George, Utah. Most beautiful water in this pristine, though chilly reservoir. That's why I have a full chin strap neoprene cap on under that little pink thing. Which brings us to our most recent endeavor in Augusta, Georgia. The downstream swim in the Savannah River was awesome, my best ever. Now looking forward to our next swim, which has been deferred from 2020 during the pandemic in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, next June. And that concludes the tale of my Refired Not Retired swimming odyssey, which I hope will continue indefinitely.
I'm Michelle Maurer. I know I'm not retired. I've been an engineer for 38 years at Honeywell, and I'm practicing to be retired, trying to stay in shape. And no, I'm not a lifelong swimmer. I didn't start swimming until I was 50, until my knees gave out, but I have something else to do. And hopefully this will keep me in shape and have a healthy retirement whenever I do decide to retire. See ya.
Hi, everyone. I'm Lori Ramsey, and I want to tell you what I've been doing with all my free time since I've been retired from the Ford Motor Company a little over 4 years ago. I got a little brave and daring and started skiing about 5 years ago when my brother called me and said, hey, the kids are learning how to ski because we just moved to a place that's right near 2 major ski resorts. So you want to learn how to ski? I'm like, sure. I need a winter retirement sport. So I went up there, took some lessons, had a great time, and managed to get out about once a week at our local ski lodges and visit my brother too. And for summer, I always kind of wanted to get a kayak. So as soon as I retired, that was like the first thing I did. I went out and purchased a kayak, toss it in the back of my SUV, and head out to the local metro park on any nice, beautiful day, especially when we have quite a few lakes in Michigan. I've also stepped up some of the sports that I have been doing for quite a while. As far as running goes, I would get out once a year, do the Race to the Cure that Ford is a national sponsor of, and that's about it. So when I retired, I decided to step it up. So I started training, and I entered my first 10K about 3 years ago. So this past year, I was first place at the Flapjack Run in that 10K. And last year I did my first 8-mile race and got that done in under an hour and a half. So very proud of myself. And I keep that up about once a week, getting a 10K in just to make sure I don't lose what I've gained. Golfing is something I have been doing for over 30 years. I've been part of a golf league after work. And when I retired, I decided to step that up a little bit by being the secretary of the league. So I keep all the stats, keep all the gals organized. So we have a lot of fun there. And last year I joined an 18-hole daytime league on Mondays. So that's a lot of fun. And we have lunch afterwards. And it's a travel league. So we try all different types of courses. And sometimes these women get a little wild. So my partner actually ran over my pull cart with her driving golf cart. And I managed to fix the wheel, retrofitted it with an old wheel that I had from my old golf cart, and it was good to go. And I played with some family and friends one other day during the week. And this is a picture of me and my 2 brothers and my dad for Father's Day. And that's the first time we'd actually gone out together. So that was great. I also do some new volunteer activities. My latest one is Meals on Wheels that I do every Tuesday, delivering to seniors. So that's very rewarding. I've stepped up and become part of our Christian Service Commission at church. And I am the AAA Pregnancy Center liaison. So make sure we do some different activities with them besides just giving at the yearly food and present collection. So now we do some diaper drives. I've gotten the rest of some of the people in my parish to join me on that Flapjack Run, and we do a lot of activities with them. And something I've been doing since I have been retired is being a poll book election worker. So that's something I would encourage anybody to do. You don't have to be retired to do it. It's only on election days. And it's very rewarding, and hopefully I can step that up and maybe join the League of Women Voters like a lot of our other SWE members have been doing. So that's just a few of the activities that I've been doing since I retired. So hopefully you guys get inspired to do some refire events. Bye.
My name is Nancy Nelson. I'm a member of the Late Career LCR group, providing general partner assistance to the group. My Refired Not Retired story is in 3 parts. First, before I retired, LCR member Mary Isaac spoke at a conference that predates LCR. She said, "Look to what you like to do when you were 12 years old as guidance to what you would want to do when you retire." So my 12-year-old self made and painted ships, cars, airplane models. I sewed, I embroidered, I helped my grandmother in the garden, and investigated areas around the Rio Grande River in Albuquerque with my sister on our bicycles. My Refired, Not Retired self is making fabric collage wall hangings and small appliques. I joined a community garden in Boston where we have a condo to be close to our granddaughters. I even tried to grow tomatoes during the pandemic. This is the summer we were living full-time in our Cave Creek, Arizona home. It's a reminder that experiment failure is a valuable learning tool. My sister and I have made many trips investigating places in New Mexico since I've been retired, as well as going to Santa Fe, where we went to high school. Our brother, spouses, children, grandchildren all gathered to be in Santa Fe with our mom in August. Pre-pandemic, I was able to travel with my father to one of his favorite locations in the southwest part of New Mexico, where he had worked for a long time for the New Mexico Highway Department. Second, volunteering. Volunteering has been a big part of my life since I was in high school. The extensive work travel that I had kept me away from home quite often. Now I can give to my local community, which is located at the edge of the Tonto National Forest in a rural-like setting north of Scottsdale, Arizona. You can see the background in my picture behind me. It's a sunset over the mountains with a saguaro on the side. So I am the treasurer for our local nonprofit volunteer fire department, and I joined the community board this year. Before retirement, I worked at a startup company, and I stayed there for 28 years, long past the startup stage. But during that time, I held positions in new startup programs. Finding solutions for problems and building sustainability were tools and skills learned from work and early SWE work in outreach programs and also the program development grants. Applying these to an old rural community that is being forced to change is a new ongoing experiment. 3, the gift of time. The gift of time provided with the pandemic has brought me back to SWE. As a 45-year member of SWE, I was lost when working and living away from local section activities. LCR AG provides a sustenance and connection that I'm thriving on. Attending and presenting virtually at WE21 was a positive pivot for me. I ask anybody who's listening to this to please consider become a member of LCR, no matter where you are in your career. It will make a difference in your life and in others. Thank you.
That's it for now. Those are some of our stories. We look forward to building more of these stories as the years go by, so stay tuned for more. In the meantime, this is Vicki Johnson, lead of the Society of Women Engineers Late Career and Retiree Affinity Group, signing off.